Hello and a big welcome back to the Wee Larder channel. Today we're going to be making some delicious Scottish Easter shortbread. I love this recipe, it's so easy to make and it's a really good one to do with the kids as well. My wee one just loved making these lovely shortbreads and they were so tasty. So you might want to pause at these ingredients here, but to get started we're just going to add all of our flour into our large mixing bowl. We're going to sieve that through and we're then going to add in our margarine or butter. I prefer to use margarine, but you can also use butter as well. We're just going to rub that through in our fingers until we have a breadcrumb type consistency. So we just keep rubbing that through for a few minutes and then just running the fork through the brown sugar here just to make sure that there's no lumps in the sugar before I add into the flour and margarine mixture, and we're just going to give that a good mix through. So this recipe is so easy and it really is quick to make as well. So we're now going to knead that together to create a dough. So I'm just adding a really small amount of milk. You might not need any milk at all, but if you start kneading and find it's a little bit too dry, just add in a tablespoon or two of milk. We're then just going to flour our surface there and we're going to pop our dough onto our surface. So it should look something like this. I'm just coating it in flour so it's easier to roll. And we're just going to add a little bit of flour onto the rolling pin as well. So if you just roll it out until it's about ½ centimetre or so thick, you can make them a little bit thicker if you want to, it's up to you, but you'll get less biscuits out of this. So I got about 12 out of here, or maybe a little bit more. It just depends on the shape of cookie cutters you're using as well. So we're just going to cut all those out and we're going to pop them onto our baking tray. So I've just greased the baking tray a little bit with a little bit of, I've got like a spray oil, so I just used that. And we're just going to pop that into the oven at 160 and we're going to bake that for 10 minutes. So it really doesn't take long at all. And then we're then going to leave them to cool. So don't forget to get the kids involved in this recipe. It's such a good recipe for the kids and it's a real easy one as well. So while the cookies are baking, we're just going to make our icing sugar. So I've just added in some powdered sugar there and we're just adding a little bit of water. So we just need to add in a little bit of water at a time to make sure you get the right consistency of icing sugar. And we're just leaving all of our biscuits to cool there as well. Now I'm just adding some of the icing sugar into a bowl. So I'm splitting up the icing sugar that I've made and I added in a couple of drops of pink icing, or pink food colouring rather, sorry, I actually lost the footage for that, but it's just a case of adding in 2 tiny drops of red food colouring and just mix it through with your icing until you get the desired colour that you're after. I also repeated that with a blue and a yellow as well, so we've gone for a pastel kind of look, but you can make it a little bit darker if you want to. And we've just added some sprinkles on the top there as well, and there's a little hand coming in there trying to pinch the sprinkles. My wee one loves making these cookies. It's one of her favourite things to do is cookie cutting and baking them and icing them and things. So don't forget to get the wee ones involved if you are making these. It's such a fun recipe to make with them. So I've just gone on to decorate some of the other ones in yellow and also in blue as well. And as I say, you just need a very small amount of food colour, and it's really just like a drop or two to get your desired colour, and that should give you a nice pastel colour as well. And as for your icing sugar, it's approximately a cup and then a tablespoon or two of water, just adding a little bit of water at a time until you get the thickness that you are after. So there's Mary just decorating our cookies up very expertly there. I will say this recipe did actually make quite a mess once we were finished with all the decorating of the sprinkles and things, and once her hands got involved with the sprinkles, there was sprinkles everywhere. But I hope you enjoyed making your lovely Easter shortbread cookies, and I hope they brought some joy to your home as they did to ours as well. And they're really, really delicious. These did not last long in our kitchen. So if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to hit that subscribe button, and if you click the little bell next to it, I will see you guys again soon. I'm also over on Instagram, so feel free to pop over and say hello, and you can grab a copy of my free traditional Scottish cookbook. So lots of love, take care, bye bye.